cottage, I have another plant haul, mail order plant haul to share with you guys today. I'm realizing that the January version of myself, who ordered all of these plants, may have gone a little bit overboard. And now the March version of myself is trying to find time to get them all on the ground. So let me see here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 boxes to open up, as well as some things I actually purchased at the store. I've got the variety of retailers, so I will open them up and show you what I've got. And then I may actually, I think I have more packages coming this week. So what I might do is end this video after I open these up and then wait a few days till the rest of the packages come and then do like a second half of the video and then post the whole thing. So this might be kind of a two-parter. So let me get started. Let me go ahead and open these things up. Okay, so we're going to start with a big box first. This one is from Nursery in Georgia, Georgia. I've never ordered from them before. A lot of the plants that I wanted this year were trees and fruiting shrubs or medicinal shrubs that you can't find in a whole lot of places. So I got stuff from all over the country. In fact, I even ordered a few things from outside the country, but those were mostly seeds. So let me get this package open. See what's in here. I honestly don't remember what I purchased from them. Ooh. Okay, here's the first one. Oh, no, it's 4. Okay, so this is 4 plants wrapped up here. It's got saran wrap and paper. Looks very moist, so that's good. These are, okay, so I have one autumn olive tree, which can be invasive, so you have to watch that, but the fruit from the autumn olive is edible, so I've got that. I've got a Georgia red mayhaw tree. Again, edible fruit. I'm going to plant that in the front yard. I've got a cowart muscadine grape. I have a location, I've got right now 4 grape plants, but I wanted some muscadines, which are a native grape. And so I purchased 2 grapevines. One is the cowart muscadine, which is a male grapevine, and then the other one is the Loomis muscadine grape, which is a female muscadine. So you have to plant a male and a female to get cross-pollination. So that's what I got in this box. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Okay, so that's what was in this massive box. Pretty decent size plants, actually. I'm kind of surprised they're as long as they are. You would think it would be a little bit smaller. So, all right, there's the first one. So, get those in the ground. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm too busy with work today. Let's see here. This one is from Gurney's. Now, I already received a package from Gurney's last week, and that was my Hall's Hardy almond. Whoa. So, this is more Gurney's that I ordered. I ordered them all at one time, but sometimes things come in different packages. Okay, this is, okay, they're very moist roots. These are my native plums. They came in a 2-pack, so I just bought 1 order of 2. And I think I talked about this in my previous video, that native plums, when the pioneers first came to Ohio, which is where I live, the native plums were everywhere. There were plum thickets, and the pioneers relied heavily on them as a native, I'm sorry about that, as a native food source. So I would like to grow the native plum again, because I do run a frontier museum, and I want to have native plums for people to try. So that, and I think I have more coming from Gurney's as well. I don't remember off the top of my head what it is, but I do think I have a few more plants coming from Gurney's. Again, oh goodness. Okay. Let's see here. This one is from One Green World. They're out west in Portland. Yeah, Portland, Oregon. They do a lot of permaculture plants, a lot of unique edible plants and food forest type permaculture plants. So, looks like I have 4 plants in here as well. These are my currants. I have a pink champagne currant, a white Bar-le-Duc currant, and I have 2 of each. Yep, so I have 2 pink champagne currants and 2 white Bar-le-Duc currants. I already have red currants, I think they're Red Lake, and black currants, Crandall maybe, in my garden. So I was looking for the pink and white currants. So we've got those. Those are going to go in my food forest. I've got a spot all picked out for them. They will be between my fruit trees. I've got 18 fruit trees, I think, in my food forest, and fruiting bushes between them. And this year I have a lot of ground covers, edible ground covers coming in, but those have not arrived yet. So this, okay, so this is an interesting source. These plants are from Thomas Jefferson's Monticello. Now, I actually worked at Monticello. It's in Charlottesville, Virginia, I believe. I worked at Monticello for 1 winter doing archaeology there because I'm also an archaeologist. So, I don't know how I came across the fact that they have plants, but in their gift shop they have a lot of native plants and a lot of plants that Jefferson grew in his own garden. And some of them were pretty unique. So, let me see what I ordered. Okay. So this is partridge berry, which is a ground cover that produces a small, I think a small white berry. It is edible, although people don't particularly like them, but I believe birds like them, and I'm going to be getting chickens, so I wanted to see what those taste like. Now this is interesting because, okay, oh, so the rest of my order has not come. So the only thing that's come from them so far are the partridge berries. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more different types of plants, a total of 11 plants coming from Thomas Jefferson's Monticello soon. So that's what is in that one, just the partridge berry. Again, that is a ground cover, an edible ground cover. And then I was at the local, I was at Lowe's, actually. I had a gift card that I needed to use up at Lowe's, so I went ahead and bought another hardy kiwi. This is the prolific variety. I already have one planted in my garden going up a cattle panel trellis. I planted another one last year, but it does not appear that it survived winter. It actually looked dead at the end of last year, so I'm assuming it's still dead. So I went ahead and picked up another one. Now these kiwis are self-pollinating, I believe. They don't need another one to pollinate. However, most plants do better if they have another one to pollinate. Yes, self-pollinating. So I went ahead and got another prolific hardy kiwi to replace the one that died last year, and that was $10.98. Again, I had a gift card for that. And then it's March, mid-March, so it's about time to plant potatoes here in Zone 6. So I bought 5 packages of seed potatoes. These are just your typical white potato. They're white russet Burbank. Kind of a generic white potato. I'm not growing anything fancy this year. What I'm trying to do this year with my potatoes is last year I had like 45 pounds of potatoes that I harvested from my garden, and I tried to store them. Unfortunately, I didn't store them in my cellar, which is what I should have done. I stored them in my kitchen in a cupboard, and they sprouted and went rotten. So this year I looked for the variety of potato that has the longest shelf life, and I'm going to experiment with storing it in different areas to see how it does. So these seed potatoes, these russet Burbank potatoes, are supposedly a really good keeping potato for long-term storage. And I think there's 4 potatoes in each bag, but I'm assuming I can cut up most of the potatoes into several pieces, at least 2 pieces. So those again were used with my gift card. Normally when I do my potatoes, I just get I just get potatoes that in the past I had gotten from the food pantry, or potatoes that I had got from the grocery store that I didn't eat in time and they started to sprout. I just planted those. So I don't even know what variety I planted last year. They were just kind of like whatever I got from the grocery store. So this will be my first year planting specific potatoes. I do also want to find some red potatoes. I like the small red potatoes or new potatoes as well. So these are my storage potatoes, and the new potatoes will be eaten soon after harvest. So there we go. This is my haul for today. Like I said, I will probably stop this video here and then come back in a few days when I have received more of my shipments, because I still have a lot of outstanding orders, and I will share with you those items. So, all right. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. It's a few days later, and I have got 4 boxes, 1 small package, and some store purchases to show you to add to my haul. The plants just keep rolling in. Again, when I ordered all this stuff in January, early February, I kind of lost track of what I bought, and I'm going to have a lot of stuff to plant. I'm going to be very busy. It is a little frustrating right now because we had beautiful weather in the 60s and low 70s last week, and now it is dropping down into the low 20s at nighttime, and I don't feel comfortable planting the trees. I know that you are supposed to plant dormant trees, that you can still plant dormant trees when it's around mid to low 30s, but most sources say not to plant young trees when it's in the 20s. So right now they're in a bucket of water. The trees that I got last week, they've been in there for too long. I got to figure out what to do. I may actually call one of the tree suppliers and see what they recommend I do, because I've got to do something with these trees that keep coming in the mail. So let's go ahead and do the rest of this haul. Okay, so the first thing I've got are these black raspberry, Jewel black raspberry. These came from Tractor Supply. They were $8.99 each. I've got six different berry cane types out there already, 3 of each type. I don't have any black raspberry. Black raspberry is actually my favorite type of cane fruit, so I'm excited to put those in. My parents do have wild black raspberry on the property, but it's kind of overgrown. They don't really maintain it, so it's a little bit out of control, and some berries are really hard to get to because, like I said, it's overgrown. And they're wild, so they're not quite as big and juicy as I would like. So hopefully with this variety, I'm going to get that same great black raspberry taste, but in a bigger, juicier berry. All right, so then I also have this small packet that came from overseas, actually. I bought these on Etsy. These came from Hungary. Normally I'm hesitant to buy plants and seeds from overseas, but this particular seed company specializes in exotics, and so there were a couple things I was looking specifically. So I got Cloudberry, which again, it's kind of looks like an orange raspberry, but they only grow 1 berry per plant. The plants are kind of small, so it's a pretty rare berry. I don't know if it's going to grow here, but I want to give it a shot, so I got some Cloudberry seeds. And then I also got some cumin. I'm trying to grow, my goal is to grow basically all the spices that I use on a regular basis, either outside or perhaps inside in pots. So I use a lot of cumin in my my chili and that sort of thing, so I've got some cumin seeds. And then they gave me a bonus, which is soapwort, which is kind of exciting actually, because soapwort is one of those useful plants that I had on my wish list, and I didn't have to pay for them. So that was really awesome that they provided me a bonus seed. These are from Valerac Exotics, and you can find them on Etsy. If anybody's curious, I can post the link, but just let me know. Okay, so 4 more boxes. Let me get a knife. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my knife, but I see that my brother just pulled up with my corrugated metal roofing panels for my new chicken coop, so I'm going to pause the video here, go out and help him unload those, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So that was the last of the supplies that I need for my chicken coop. That'll be finished up this weekend. Very excited. Okay, so I've got 2 packages from Stark Brothers, which is in Louisiana, Missouri. So we'll start with those. Okay, this has got, what has this got in here? Cranberries. I have 2 cranberry plants planted from last year that seem to be doing pretty good, but they're kind of slow growing, and I'm trying to create edible ground coverage under my fruit trees and my food forest. So I got 2 more cranberries, American cranberries. There you go, you can see. These are really nice because in wintertime, the leaves turn kind of a pinkish red. It's really pretty, kind of gives it some winter interest. The ones that I have from last year seem to be doing okay. These are potted. So there we go, those are 2 cranberries. That's good, I'm glad they're potted because I got a lot of bare root trees that desperately need to be planted, whereas the ones in pots can hang out inside a little bit. Okay, next package from Stark Brothers. This one, let's see here. Oops. Okay. Most of these don't tell you which way is up. So I've opened a few things up upside down. Ooh, I might be doing this upside down. I don't know. There's a lot of dirt coming out of this one. This is not bare root, looks like. Again, that's probably a good thing. Oh, maybe it is bare root. Hold on. Oh, this is making a mess. Woo. Okay. That made a huge mess. It is in a pot with holes in the bottom. That's not super useful. It has a bag around it, but apparently there's a giant hole and all the dirt is falling out. So that's kind of a pain. Okay, this has got just 1 tree. This is my persimmon, Ichikiki Euro Asian persimmon. So I will be planting this Asian persimmon in the backyard by my herb garden. It is a self-fertile persimmon, and it is one of the hardiest persimmons, Japanese persimmons, Asian persimmons. It is hardy down to zone 6, which is what I am in zone 6. I also have some American persimmons coming from a different supplier. Those will go in the front yard. This Asian persimmon stays pretty small. I can't remember off the top of my head how small, but it stays pretty small, whereas the American persimmons are not self-fertile, so they need 2 of them, and they grow pretty tall, like 40 feet. So those are going to be in the parking strip between the sidewalk and the road. The idea is that I'm kind of cheating, right? Because my backyard is not very big. It's only a 1/4 acre, my whole yard. And I figure by putting stuff in that little parking strip, I can kind of expand the size of my growing area because it'll be out over the street and the sidewalk. And other houses around me have trees in the parking strip, so there shouldn't be a problem with me putting those. I'm also going to put a shagbark hickory in the parking strip as well. And again, that's because shagbark hickory gets pretty big, and I would prefer not to have that in my backyard taking up tons of space. Okay, 2 more boxes to go. We will do this one. This box is from Gurney's. A note about the persimmons. The American persimmons are a native variety, obviously. And as I mentioned earlier in the first half of this video, I am specifically trying to grow native edibles that the early pioneers in Ohio might have harvested. So that is why I am getting the American persimmons. So, there we go. This is a true bare root, just in a plastic bag. And, this is my American persimmon, but there's only 1, and I'm pretty sure I bought 2. Actually, I think it came in a 2-pack. So I'm going to have to reach out to Gurney's and remedy that. So there we go. There's my American persimmon. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. The American persimmon is a lot hardier than the Asian persimmon, and so I may be able to go ahead and plant this one now. I think it's hardy to zone 4. So if you're looking to have a persimmon and you aren't in zone 6 or higher to get an Asian persimmon, you could look into getting American persimmon. All right, last box. This one, again, is from One Green World. I had a One Green World shipment come in a few days ago. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Looks like we got, oh, it's like all taped together. This box was kind of rough to get into. All right, let's see what we got in here. Get my trusty steak knife. This looks like it's all potted plants. Interesting. Interesting how they have them in here. All right, let me get everything out, and then I will tell you what I bought. So, I've got 4 different types of plant, 2 of each plant here. I tend to plant everything, at least 2 of everything. That's because a lot of things are, they need another variety or another one to pollinate for cross-pollination. And even if they say they're self-fertile, a lot of times the websites or the instructions will say that they do better, they produce more if there is another plant nearby. So I just by default tend to get 2 of each variety. So let's start over here. So the first thing I have is salal. This is S-A-L-A-L. This is native to the Pacific Northwest. It's a ground cover, produces a little berry. I think it's edible, but I also think that the, let's see here, blueberry size berries. Yes, good for fresh eating and drying. They also make a tasty jam and preserves. So pretty excited about that. That'll go in my food forest. I've got 2 of those little salal ground covers. I also have 2 Formosan carpet raspberry. This is a creeping raspberry. Again, a ground cover for the food forest. I actually bought 2 of these last year, but I didn't get a chance to put them in my food forest because it got overrun with weeds, and so I had to deal with that before I could plant them, and they died in the pot. I had put them in pots, and they died in the hot sun of the summer before I could plant them. That was my mistake. It was a stupid mistake, but we all do stupid things. So anyways, I'm going to be planting those. Here I've got lingonberry. Now I have 2 different varieties of lingonberry because, again, the website said that you need to have 2 varieties for cross-pollination. So this one is lingonberry red candy, and this one is lingonberry corral. The corral has smaller, darker green leaves, but they should all produce lingonberries. In fact, they have flowers on them. So maybe I'll get lingonberries this year. And then the last 2 plants that I have are evergreen huckleberry. Now, evergreen huckleberry does well in the shade, I believe. Native to the Northwest, again. I'm trying to look. Again, you can make huckleberry pies, huckleberry jam. I'm really focusing on edibles, perennial edibles. So, I'll put those evergreen huckleberries into my shade garden, which is around my crabapple tree. So there we go. That is that particular haul. What I will probably do is go ahead and post this video so it doesn't get too long, and then when I get the rest of my plants in, I will do another haul video because I have more plants coming in. They literally like trickle in 1 or 2 a day, and I've got to get outside and get some planting done. So hopefully it warms up soon and I can get these things in the ground. If you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you later.